This is not an organizational chart, and even though your brains probably told you it was as soon as it came up here, it's just a way of me showing to you different components or parts that go into making CSIC possible. So John mentioned to you that the company that has supported CSIC is a group called Healthcare Environment up in Minnesota. And the solid lines represent to you formal relationships in the company. So formally, we have a team. We'll introduce them to you later, not today. We also formally have a very important thing we call heads, which is the software and the data warehouse that you all have used. And then we formally have created and supported the Caring Science International Collaborative. And formally, Dr. Nelson is the president, but informally, researchers across the globe can decide that they want to participate in this area of research. So you here are all here voluntarily. The other one that we've added to here, and John mentioned them a couple of times this morning, is the content expert partners. And you see that's a dashed line too. So although we refer to them as partners, it doesn't mean that there's a business legal partnership. It simply means that we believe that they have an area of expertise that from our research, especially the past 5 years, has shown there's great need of help in these areas. And in meeting different businesses and finding out that they have an expertise in that area, if we feel that they might be good sources for us to tap into, we've asked them if they would like to be available to be tapped into. And so you're going to meet 2 of them this morning. And for our content expert partners, there are 2. You heard John mention from our past 5 years of study, there are 4 areas that have come to the top that have risen that really need attention around the world. One of them is having caring leadership, leaders that care for me. One is staffing and scheduling. One is the need to be educated. And the other one is we need good data. We need data that helps inform us. So what I'm going to do is uLeadership, who are the people in that company are Lucy LeClerc, Kay Kennedy, and Susan Campis. Couldn't be here in person, but they did do a little video clip to introduce themselves to you. So with the great expertise of my IT partner, we're going to introduce you to uLeadership.
Many nurse leaders choose the path of leadership with the genuine desire to make a difference, fully aware that guiding and inspiring people is one of the most challenging roles in healthcare. Leadership entails the art of uplifting, motivating, and uniting individuals, encouraging them to harness their unique skills and talents to achieve desired outcomes. As healthcare continues to evolve in complexity, effective leadership takes on a more multidimensional role. Lucy, Kay, and I began our journey over coffee. We were drawn together by our shared life experiences and our extensive nursing careers. We shared insights on leadership and reminisced about the exceptional leaders we've encountered, those individuals we'd be willing to follow to the ends of the earth. We also shared our experiences with those leaders who made us want to quit our jobs. We openly discussed our own personal strengths as leaders, acknowledging those areas for further growth. We reflected on our joys, our successes, and those moments where we felt we had really made a difference. We also reflected on the harsh reality of burnout, self-neglect, negative self-talk, and sheer exhaustion. Over time, we decided to use our knowledge and experience to support other nurse leaders. We believe that in order to be the best leader, we have to focus from the inside out. Self-awareness, self-nurturing, self-compassion, and mindfulness need to become part of our everyday culture. We firmly believe that to excel as leaders, we must cultivate a foundation that starts from within. In the realm of human-centered leadership, we recognize, amidst the increasing complexity and chaos of healthcare, leadership that centers on self-care first will inevitably allow the outward dimensions of awakener, connector, and upholder to flourish. Our core belief can be summarized in the following statement: it starts with you, but it's not about you.
How many times have you been asked, show me the evidence, as you work in healthcare and in nursing? Well, I think one thing we can all agree on in healthcare is that evidence-based practice is foundational to not just how we care for our patients, but also how we lead our teams. Human-centered leadership in healthcare is an evidence-based, contemporary, and relational way of leading grounded in the voice of nursing. In 2019, our team started asking some big questions about the even bigger gap in the literature around leadership in healthcare. We found a lot of business leadership theories, and even though healthcare is a business, our collective and individual work with patients, families, and communities is centered in the shared human experience. So we decided to do some research, and we came together. We brought nurses from the bedside to the boardroom to our focus groups after starting an IRB-approved study, and we used constructivist grounded theory as our qualitative methodology. And with any research project, we compiled our big list of interview questions that we were going to ask our participants, and we ended up only asking 2 questions. The first question that we ask of these nurses, again, leaders being anyone from the bedside to the boardroom, we're all leaders, and we said, describe the leader you would follow to the ends of the earth. Well, these nurses were so happy to share their experiences about a positive leader who was able to harmonize the metrics that we require in healthcare alongside personal goals and well-being. That was their ends of earth leader. And that person modeled the way for them and gave them permission to do the same, to be healthy and well, and also have a professional environment. And you're probably wondering what that second question is. And the second question was really to describe the leader who made them want to leave a position or to leave the profession itself. And that was equally cathartic for our participants. We chose to frame our results and the voice of nursing in a very positive way. And that's what we now present to the world as the human-centered leader. The ends of earth leader, voice of nursing, became the human-centered leader. We published that work in 2021 in the Journal of Nursing Management, which is an international blinded peer-reviewed journal. And we've continued the work to validate, expand, and operationalize the theory in practice. That work has continued. We published a book in 2021 called Human-Centered Leadership in Healthcare, Evolution of a Revolution. And boy, has the revolution evolved and continued. There was no dropping the mic and walking off the stage. Human-centered leadership in healthcare resonates with nurses across the United States and across the globe. We've worked with nurses from Portugal to Africa to Scotland to Dubai. Many of the authors citing our work are global nurse researchers. We've continued our own research and continue to write about human-centered leadership in healthcare, describing the real-world application and success in positively influencing the work environments of nurses. And finally, we developed a psychometrically validated instrument to measure the 4 dimensions of human-centered leadership from the leader's perspective, a self-assessment. And we also developed a version in which those who report to a leader can provide their perspective of how they perceive the 4 dimensions of human-centered leadership in their leader. We invite you to learn more about human-centered leadership in healthcare. Visit our website at www.uLeadership.com to see a list of our publications and other resources. Also, feel free to reach out to us directly at team@uLeadership.com if you have some big questions you also want to ask.
So how can you implement human-centered leadership in healthcare in your organization? The Human-Centered Leadership in Healthcare Essentials program is designed with the busy healthcare leader in mind. The content is on a change management platform. It's called Rally, that allows a cohort of leaders to go through the platform together, accessing micro-learnings, practicing what they learn in their environment, and then inspiring and encouraging each other as they learn together. It's a learn, do, inspire format, and it helps teams learn, grow, practice, and change together. The Human-Centered Leadership in Healthcare Essentials program provides an easy way to spread the concepts of human-centered leadership across an entire organization. It's 10 to 12 weeks online. It's self-directed, and it's accredited with 20 CE credits. So that comes to about a 1.5 to 2 hour a week investment in team members' leadership growth, in your organization's culture, and in the associated staff and patient care outcomes. Once leaders complete the Essentials course, we offer a Human-Centered Leadership in Healthcare certification course. This course is designed to further develop those leaders who want to lead projects, process improvement initiatives, and change within the organization. And they want to do it in a way that engages their team members and prioritizes results through relationships. Lastly, we include the nurses at the bedside, providing them a program called Thrive From Within. It starts with you. This program focuses on well-being, self-compassion, and learning to manage stress through the development of a reflective practice and journaling. We'd love to partner with you to provide your leaders with the professional development they need to lead teams in a way that prioritizes care for self and serves others through a relational leadership approach. It's about results through relationships. It starts with you, but it's not about you.